Hey everybody, Matt Boggs here, creator of Cracking the Man Code, co-author of Project Everlasting, and this is your place to understand your man and to get the love that you deserve. Today I want to talk to you about a silent killer in relationships. This thing can derail a great relationship faster than we can put a Big Mac together or something. It can derail relationships. And what I'm talking about is unmet expectations. This is what I call quality girl versus cool girl. Oftentimes in relationships, when we don't communicate something that upsets us, when we don't say what it is that we really would love to have, when we have an expectation that isn't met and we let that fester and we let that build, it can erupt into an explosion that takes the other person by surprise. It can blindside your man and it can lead the relationship down a very negative, dark path. So let me share with you a quick story about a coaching client and how she experienced the quality girl versus the cool girl. Okay? She had started dating this guy, chemistry was off the charts, all these things in common, compatibility was there. So they start hanging out, and on Saturday, they're out at the farmer's market and they're enjoying their time and conversation is flowing and they're bantering and they're teasing each other and having fun. All of a sudden, he gets a call from his ex-wife. And the ex-wife says, hey, I need you to come pick up your son. I'm at a business meeting. I can't pick him up. Something's happened. We need our son to be picked up. So he's got to end the date early. Now, my client, the one he was on the date with, wants to be the cool girl. Why? Because nobody wants to be not the cool person, right? Nobody wants to be the person who's high maintenance, who's whiny, who's complaining, who's a downer. Nobody wants to be that person in the relationship. So we're all striving to be, look, I want to go with the flow. I want to be relaxed. I want to be cool. So she says, no problem. That's cool. I totally get it. I totally understand. It's your son. You got to go pick him up. And everything was totally cool with her. But he says, I'll call you tomorrow. We'll hang out tomorrow. They're hanging out on Sunday. They're hanging out at the park, overlooking the ocean, having wine, having cheese, hanging, talking out, having a great time. But they just get into it when he gets a call from the person in San Diego who's watching his dog, who gets called away to an emergency that they're having. He said, look, you got to come get your dog because I'm having this emergency and I can't take care of your dog. So he hangs up the phone and says, you're not going to believe this, but I have to go to San Diego right now. That's a 2-hour drive. I have to go pick up my dog. So I'm sorry to end the picnic short, but I really hope you understand and I want to hang out with you soon. I'll call you Monday. Let's hang out. So she was like, no problem. Cool. Why? I'm the cool girl, right? Now she was a little bit disappointed that she had spent her entire Sunday, had in her mind an expectation she's going to be hanging out with this guy. But she understands his dogs are important to him, and so he's got to go get the dog. So on Monday, they talk on the phone. They have an amazing 2-hour conversation. All week long, they're texting. And he says, hey, maybe we can hang out during the week. But then he texts her back and says, sorry, my work is super busy. I'm working on this project this week. So it gets all the way down to the next Saturday. And she's so excited to hang out with this guy. She likes this guy a ton. They start hanging out the next Saturday. Halfway into hanging out, he gets a call from his basketball coach, who he coaches 8th grade basketball. His assistant coach was supposed to coach the game that Saturday, calls him super sick, says, I can't make it to the game. Will you please coach the team because I'm not going to be able to make it? He's the head coach. He's super dedicated. So he turns to my client and says, look, I'm super sorry. I can't believe this, but I have to go coach my basketball team. My assistant coach is sick and can't make it. Her being the cool girl says, okay, no problem. That's fine. I've got other people I can hang out with. He goes, coaches the team, and calls her later that night. The next day, she's thinking about it. So let me get this straight. I am behind his son, which I can understand that, but I'm behind his dog, and I'm after his 8th grade basketball team. And so she starts stacking all this stuff and seeing her place in the relationship is down here. And so she explodes. All of the unmet expectations, all of the disappointment that she had been building up from each independent, take any one of those situations independently by themselves, it is no big deal. She totally understands because she's reasonable, right? She can totally understand the son is important, the dog is important, the basketball team is important. But the problem was, after all of that built up, she exploded and sent him this email that was like, look, you don't have time for a relationship in your life. I come after your kid, which I understand, but I come after your dog and your 8th grade basketball team. And, I really want a man who will put me first in his life. And so, and goes on this massive rant and sends him the email. He emails back completely blindsided. How does a man take that kind of response? He never saw it coming. This is the challenge with quality girl versus cool girl. When you're the cool girl, you stuff the emotions. When you're cool girl, you go along with things that you don't normally go along with because you want to be the cool girl. You suppress your opinion. You suppress how it is you really feel. That's not how high value women, quality women respond. He gets completely blindsided and emails her back saying, wow, I'm super disappointed. I really liked you. I thought we were building something. I can't believe you're letting a 2-week snapshot of my life really determine your entire opinion of me. I thought we had an amazing connection, but if you want it to be over, I guess it's over. And she wrote back and she was like, yes, this really isn't what I want, and boom, and sabotaged the whole relationship. So afterwards, we were talking about what could she have done differently? How could she have responded in a way that was cool, was go with the flow, wasn't complaining or needy or clingy or any of that, but also communicated what it is that she wants. And this is where we come to quality girl. A quality girl understands what's happening in someone else's life, but they also express how they're feeling and they express their disappointment. There's no problem in saying, hey, you need to go get your dog because he's down in San Diego. I totally get it. I totally understand. And man, I'm disappointed. Well, I really wanted to hang out with you today. I really wanted to spend time together, right? Really expressing the disappointment, because one of the most powerful 4-letter words you have to activate attraction in any man is W-A-N-T. When you tell him what you want, you set up a challenge for him to achieve. When we achieve a goal or when we achieve a challenge, it automatically triggers our dopamine, which raises our attraction levels for you. You are literally, when you tell us your want, you're giving us the blueprint for your happiness. So by you saying, gosh, I'm really disappointed, he naturally wants to earn your approval. He wants to please you. He wants to make this up to you. So his natural response to that is going to be, well, what can I do to make it up to you? Let me prove this. Let me earn your approval. Let me earn your favor. Right? We love to earn our time with you, our level of intimacy with you, our level of where you position us in your life. We love to earn that. When we feel like it's well earned and that it's something that other men haven't earned, that puts us in a special elite category and we feel more like a man in your presence. And let me tell you this, when a man feels like a man in your presence, he will place you above every other woman in his life. A high-value woman does something called the sweaty 5-minute conversation. That's where she has a conversation with her man in a very open, honest, non-threatening way that communicates exactly what it is that she wants in a relationship. So my encouragement to you is avoid just being the cool girl. Don't stuff your emotions, don't suppress your opinions, but be the quality woman. The woman who communicates what it is that she wants, the woman who communicates how she feels in a non-threatening, non-judgmental, non-opinionated way, but in a way that actually lets him earn your favor, lets him earn his position with you, and strives to be a better man because he's around you, and that will go a long way. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed to this channel, and as always, I've posted a link in the description to a resource that will help you take this information deeper, integrate it in your life, and really help you get the relationship that you love.